If you're working with a company that uses Snapdocs to manage their loan closings, there's no need to invoice the company. This is because Snapdocs automatically generates invoices for companies once they close the order. What you can do, though, to help move an order along is just to make sure to add a signing status after the appointment to let the company know whether the consumer successfully signed. Adding a signing status completes the order and must be done in order for the company to close it. If you've manually added an order to your account for a company that doesn't use Snapdocs, though, you can choose to generate an invoice and send it to them through your Snapdocs account. So I'm going to generate an invoice and send it to my client here for this berry signing. And my client on this is Awesome Title Company. So I'm just going to click on that order from my dashboard. In order to generate an invoice, I will need to add a signing status to this order. So to do that, just click the Add Signing Status button. I'm going to say that this signing was successful. Just going to put in some quick tracking information and just going to let the company know that the package was dropped off immediately after the signing. And once I filled in everything for my signing status, I'm just going to click Save. Once I've added a signing status, I now have a couple of options. I can create an invoice. I can also close the order, and clicking on the upside down right triangle gives me the option to cancel the order. But here I want to create an invoice and send it to my client. So to do that, just click on the Create Invoice button. A pop-up should appear where you can preview and edit the email that will be sent to the company when you invoice them. So you can edit any part of this email. That includes the email address that you want to send the invoice to, the subject, and the body of the email. You can view the generated invoice by clicking on the attachment link, and a PDF file should download. You can also choose to just download the invoice if you'd prefer to do that instead of sending your client the invoice, and you have the option to do that by just clicking the Download Invoice Only link, and that will just download a PDF of the invoice. And to view it, just click on it. And so here is what an example invoice looks like. Going back to the berry signing, though, I actually wanted to send my client the invoice. So if you want to re-download your invoice, or if you ever change your mind and actually want to send the invoice to your client, just click on the Invoice button and the pop-up should appear again, and you can then choose to download the invoice only, or you can also edit any of the fields for the email and send it to your company. So here I'm going to just alter this subject slightly. I'm just going to take out signing completed. So I just have the signer's last name, the file number, and it just says invoice attached in the subject line. I'm sending this to my contact at Awesome Title Company, who is Alan. And I'm just going to change this a little bit. We're going to say, please see the attached invoice for payment details. And I'm just going to sign my name and also add in a thank you at the end. All right, so once you are done making any changes to the email to send it to your client, just go ahead and click send. You can now see that the invoice has been sent. Again, if you want to come back to download the invoice or to resend the invoice, you can either click on the invoice button here if you want to bring up the email pop-up again to resend it, or you can click on the upside down triangle here and you can choose the option to just download the invoice.